Today, the Carolina Hunger Initiative, on behalf of this community, is pleased to honor two wonderful partners and friends who have been incredible North Carolina child hunger leaders for many years. When Governor Bev Perdue launched the No Kid Hungry campaign back in 2011, two outstanding public servants met at the governor's office to plan the way forward for this new program. They pledged their support to build a coalition of child hunger advocates. For the past 14 years, they have been faithful, engaged, enthusiastic partners to the Carolina Hunger Initiative team and to the countless child nutrition leaders across the state. First up is Cynthia Urban. Cynthia is a, go ahead, shake your egg. Cynthia is a collaborator. A common theme in her life has been making sure children, families, and vulnerable adults have access to healthy food. For 17 years of her career, she led the federal summer nutrition programs for children in North Carolina, starting at the Department of Health and Human Services. When she moved over to the Department of Public Instruction, the entire summer program moved with her. Summer nutrition is the program that kicks in during emergencies. When the pandemic closed schools back in 2020, Cynthia became responsible for all meals served by schools and community meal sponsors. It wouldn't be the last time that Cynthia met and overcame the challenges of emergency response. In 2022, she returned to DHHS as Assistant Director of the Division of Child and Family Wellbeing, where she served as our state's director over SNAP, FNS, and led the startup, FNS, I'm not sure what that means, but Cynthia will explain it. You educators love acronyms, that's one of you guys. And led the startup of North Carolina's Sunbucks program in a record time of only 6 months. Cynthia was honored with the DHHS Division of Child and Family Wellbeing Director's Award for Outstanding Mentorship in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Cynthia Urban.
Wow, thank you all. It's so good to be here. And thank you, Gerald, for that great introduction. And No Kid Hungry, Carolina Hunger Initiative, you have been amazing over all of those 14 years. Yes. Thank you for your continued commitment to this amazing event and to just the community as a whole. It just gives me great pleasure to really support our theme, Rooted in the Community. As we realize, community is not people. I mean, it is people, it's not a place. It is people, connections, the experiences we share that shape our lives. It's where we support, it's where we give back, it's where we grow. So I'm very fortunate to have grown up in solid communities where I was taught that we strive stronger together. Great relationships are built, kindness and generosities are shared, and genuine concern for all is key. But being part of a community comes with a responsibility. It means showing up, not when it's easy. Showing up, not when it's easy, but showing up when it's necessary. And that describes all of you in this room. It means advocating for those who need a voice, lifting up others, sharing resources, creating spaces where everyone feels valued, and much, much more. So today, let's ask ourselves, how can we deepen our roots in our collective communities for the haves and the have-nots? For many years, community was required as a part of my work life focus. Now in my retirement, I still am rooted in the community through the great work of working through community organizations, eFusion Solutions, which also focuses on child hunger, literacy, and nutrition. We stand together, rooted in community. We create something lasting, and it is important that we also support not only today, but we nurture our future generations. Thank you all.
All right, thank you, Cynthia. Our next honoree is Dr. Lynn Harvey. Dr. Harvey served the state of North Carolina for more than 35 years before recently retiring from the Department of Public Instruction as the Senior Director of the Office of District Operations and School Nutrition. Lynn leaves behind a wonderful legacy of improving the availability of appealing, wholesome, nutritious school meals, nourishing the bodies, minds, and souls of North Carolina students, as well as supporting and lifting up school nutrition professionals. Lynn is a former president of the National School Nutrition Association. She's been widely recognized for her many accomplishments. In December, she received the prestigious Order of the Longleaf Pine, presented by former Superintendent Catherine Truitt on behalf of the governor. Over the past 14 years, she has supported the child nutrition community in countless ways. She's also been a frequent contributor to WRAL, echoing the importance of good food and nutrition in our lives. Dr. Lynn Harvey, thank you so much for your leadership. Dr. Harvey, come on up.
What a joy it is to be back in the house of people who love children, who give so much every day. Give your best so we can give our best to children. Thank you. It is a privilege to be here. I'm deeply humbled and honored at the opportunity to stand before you today. And I want to take a moment to just reminisce as I have reflected over my journey these past decades. I'm reminded that what we do is about providing food to children. It is hard work. It takes great commitment. It takes great compassion. It takes great fortitude. Yet you do it day in and day out. But that's just part of what we do. We're so privileged to be able to shape the bodies, the minds, the souls, and the spirits of children. Food certainly is a vehicle for that. But what you do brings to them that unconditional acceptance, brings to them love, brings to them hope, brings to them the opportunity to be the best they can be today, tomorrow, and in the future. So it truly is a labor of love. So I come today, again, working with my school nutrition family. Yes, we are community, but we are family as well, a strong family that takes great pride in making sure that our youngest are well nourished and well nurtured. I do want to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to all of you who play an important part in my journey, but in the work that will continue far after I'm a volunteer. I do want to personally say how grateful I am to school nutrition directors and school nutrition professionals who make every day their work's mission to provide for the children in their care, not just food, but a smile and a word that can make all the difference in a student's day. It means so much to nourish that soul as well. I also want to thank our community's partners in this environment. We couldn't do this without you. And together we are stronger. I think you can see that by the numbers that have been reflected today. We can do so much to feed so many and always look for the opportunity of just one more child to nourish. I also want to thank our leadership in the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Public Instruction, and other state agencies that have contributed greatly to what we do, to give us the wind beneath our wings to let us go forward and do what we do. As I look at this front table of our education leaders and mentors, thank you for being an advocate for the work that goes on behind the scenes in the school nutrition environment. We couldn't do this without you as well. I want to take a moment as well to express my deepest gratitude to the team at the Department of Public Instruction, who for so many years worked hand in hand with me, some days tolerated me. Thank you for that. Thank you for the grace. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for the sacrifice that you so freely give every day in order to support the work of all who are in the room. And to the Carolina Hunger Initiative, to No Kid Hungry, to the Gillings School of Public Health, thank you for making this opportunity continue. Thank you for making it permanent. We celebrate the fact that it will continue to reside in a very important environment. And for those of you, I want you to keep beating that drum, because I want to close on this important note. What you're hearing now is not a beating of the drum. It's not yelling, it's loud, but it's constant, it's present, it's there. I'm going to leave today hearing that sound. I'm going to be looking for that sound. And that's what we want our policymakers to hear. It's not a resounding, I'm going to tell you what I need you to know. It's a constant message, an humble message on behalf of children who are counting on us to be their voices, to be their advocates every day. So I want you to hold on to that valuable egg, and I want you to take the opportunity to move it often. Be that advocate, be that voice. And then I want to, in closing, turn it to something else. We couldn't have chosen a more meaningful theme for this conference than this one, Rooted in Community. Because I look at you, you are the roots. I like to think of this as a longleaf pine. And the more I've learned about the longleaf pine, the more I know that it is one of the most resilient, the strongest trees in North Carolina. And the reason for that, it has a taproot that goes deeply into the ground. The deeper, the stronger. You are the taproots. You're the taproots. The other unique thing about the tree is it has roots that expand into the soil, thus enabling it to gather the nutrients it needs, the water it needs to grow and thrive. And it has now become a symbol of our state, one of the strongest, most resilient, most hardy trees we know of. That is you. So in honor of our state and in honor of you, I have the great privilege today of leading you in a toast. And I'd like to ask you to stand with me. Stand as you may raise your glass if you'd like. You may raise your glass. I'm going to raise my imaginary glass as we celebrate the legacy of North Carolina, as we celebrate each of you, as we celebrate a future that we're going to continue to dream for, hope for, and make come to fruition. Here we go. Here's to the land of the longleaf pine, the summer land where the sun doth shine, where the weak grow strong and the strong grow great. Here's to down home, the old North State. Cheers to each of you. Thank you. God bless you all.